right, baby, let's get it. It's going to be the second episode back. I already got the first one down, but...
Let's go.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Wait. Yeah.
Wait, talking to the mic one more time.
Just 1, 2, 3.
All right, we're good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Underwater FlyZone podcast, second episode back, and we got one today that's been a long time coming. I'm excited to get into this, man, and it's been a crazy day in our town. We might get into that a little bit today as well.
Definitely will get into
the
it.
Chiefs just said peace out to KC Mo, and they are going over to the other side of the, I mean, not even the other side. They're going to Kansas.
Yeah, they're going to Wyandotte County.
Yeah, they gone. But, hey, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of big things coming up, and I'm going to introduce my guest real quick. I'll let him introduce himself as well, but I got to tell y'all why he's on the episode, man. About this time last year, 2024, I'm just, going about my day, and I get an email. And this email is telling me that I won an award. I won an award that's going to be recognized at the Lee Summit Cares
Mayor's Character Breakfast.
That's it. Yep. And I had no clue what that was. I was like, what is this? I was about to show up in a T-shirt and pants, and I'm glad I didn't. I threw the suit on for it, and I received a trophy that day. That trophy is up top.
Yeah.
Up top in the, you want to zoom in on, Macy? That trophy's up there, and that ended up being one of the craziest experiences ever. I got to meet the mayor. I got to meet my guy who is going to be introduced here in a second. And man, it was just truly a day that I'll never forget. And it was the start of this year. It was the start of what ended up being one of the best years of my life. And so to wrap up this year by bringing you on the podcast today is amazing. We got to do a lot of work together through this year as well. So I'm going to let my guy introduce himself, and let's get into it.
Yeah. Hello, my friends. This is C.D. Madden. I'm the executive director of Lee Summit Cares, where we believe in prevention through possibilities. And he's very humble because he downplays what happened. So we had, in our breakfast for 20 years, we have the city vote on who are the top people that are giving back to the community, who are improving people's lives, who are saving people's lives through investment or strategic partnerships or programming. And we had about, maybe 89 entries. And Foster was like the top of the list in almost every entry. So he beat out 88 other people to win his particular award because of all the hard work that he's been doing with youth and young adults. You see his merch everywhere. He is taking over social media. He's going to be a humble guy, so he's not going to say it. I'm going to say it for him. Like everywhere you go, whether I talk to adults or teachers, administrators, especially the teenagers, he's the teenage whisperer. I mean, every teenager loves to hear his story, and they have invested in this movement. So, yeah, I'm just happy to be here for this podcast, to be finally on here to talk to this great man named Foster.
Let's get it, man. I got to dap you up for that. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
I appreciate you. And it's crazy because I just want to shout out Reese Bradford. Reese Bradford is the one that nominated me for the award. And I actually been told by other people that there might have been some other people that nominated me as well.
It was a ton of people.
That's crazy.
Oh, my
so
God.
Anybody that did nominate me, I appreciate y'all. Reese Bradford is the one that I know for sure.
It was like a Justin Bieber concert. It was packed. I was like, who is this guy? So
that's so crazy.
Yeah,
and what really blows my mind is like what I did in 2024 is nothing compared to 2025. I just can't believe that it was last year that I got that award.
My goodness. Like we were in there, and remember we had to read every one of those nominations. We argued about it. We went through things, and a lot of people on my character council at that time were pretty older. So I think I was the youngest person by 20 years, and I'm almost 50 myself. So like that lets you know. They were like, who is this person? So a lot of my staff members and then our tag students was like, yes, he's got to be it. We're going to protest. If he don't win, we riot. So it was really well received. So we were glad to finally acknowledge you for the work you've been doing in this community.
And I just learned some of this today. So that's crazy to hear, man. And you know what? I was sitting next to an older gentleman that he was telling me about what he did. And I'm like, man, where am I right now? Like, who is in this room? And it turned out there was a lot of very successful people in that room that day.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely your class was like an A team of class. You had like John and Julie Ellis, who have basically built Lee Summit for years. You had John Plaz. You had Terrell Ford. My shout out to my guy Terrell Ford. You had a huge class where I was like, oh yeah, you was in the right class. Not to say this class is not gonna be as good, but like his class was, it was like the A team.
Well, it was a great way to start the year. Literally was the kickoff to 2025 for the Underwater Fly Zone, and man, it's been up ever since. So.
I've been watching. Like you are everywhere. Yeah, yeah.
Well, enough about me. I want to get into more about you, and really, I want to start this off by promoting this year's Mayor's Character Breakfast. So, do you want to tell the people more about the breakfast?
Yeah.
When is it? How to get tickets? And all the information they need to know.
Absolutely. So our Mayor's Character Breakfast is sponsored by Lee Summit Cares, which is our organization, which is the Drug and Violence Prevention Coalition that serves Lee Summit and Eastern Jackson County. But our Mayor's Character Breakfast, for 22 years, it is a citywide celebration, or the Oscars, for those who do positive things in the community. So on January 15th, 2026, it'll be our 22nd annual. It'll be at the Pavilion in John Knox Village. Doors open at 6:30 in the morning.
Let's go. It's worth it, though. You get that nice breakfast.
6:30 in the morning. Program will start at 7. We out the door at 9 a.m. But it's really a beautiful experience because you got like the whole community. You got students that get recognized for what they've done. You got adults. You got business owners. And it's a way to celebrate and kick off the year saying this is a positive way to celebrate people. And one of the beautiful things that we do is we invite students to this breakfast so they can see what to come to. So like now this is a 22nd year anniversary. You have people that are now going to get awards that remember going to the breakfast when they were in middle school, when they were in high school, knowing that it was a huge, important deal. A shout out to Robbie Little, who was one of the founders of Lee Summit Cares and the breakfast. She had the vision of working with the community to say, how can we make sure that our youth and our young adults are safe? And so anyone that does anything positive throughout the year, we put them in a pot. We vote on them to the Character Council. And again, Mayor's Character Breakfast, we'll have Mayor Baird will be our keynote speaker. We're going to celebrate as one of the award recipients for the Susan Kaufman Lifetime Achievement Award will be Dan Mears. So everybody knows him as Casey Wolf. Dan Mears will be receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award.
That's incredible.
This year. So that lets you know where we're going with this event. So yeah.
That's incredible, man. I just want to point this out. This is not a paid promotion. This is me.
I can't afford them if it was. So that's
that's crazy, man. But I want to platform this event. I want to platform Madden, and I want to platform Lee Summit Cares because this organization is really doing great things. And this man has really turned things around. And I'm just really proud of you, bro. And I'm really excited for this year upcoming. And I also just want to say it truly is the best kickoff to the year, man. It is the best way to start off the year because you're recognizing people that you should strive to be like, especially for the youth there. I feel like it's so important for youth to have strong role models that and have people that they can aspire to be like. I think that's huge.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been in education for now 22 years. And kids are kids. Like whether you go to urban, suburban, North Kansas City, any of the 6 counties, whatever,
for sure.
Kids want to know, or young people or young adults want to know that you're sincere, that you're honest, and you mean what you say. You're not going to like try to hype them up. You're not going to try to wear skinny jeans or big or whatever. You're just trying to be an honest person. And the one thing I found out is that one of the best ways to prevent teens from engaging in risky behaviors is give them opportunities to make informed decisions about their future.
Yeah.
Like if a teen, it's one thing, like back in my day, long time ago, it was like this, don't say no to drugs. Just say no, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But we never, or the adults at the time never did a great job of saying, okay, we're telling you to say no to this, but what do we replace it with?
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're telling you don't go and engage in gang activity, but there was nothing for us to do after 5 p.m. There was still curfews, like they're bringing it back now. So like what you're doing, and not to promote you more, but like what I really seen is what you've done is given the opportunity for teens to voice their frustrations, their ideas, to be able to be advocate for themselves.
Yeah.
And that's what we do here at Lee Summit Cares as well.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I feel like our visions just align. And that's why anytime I see an email that you guys are doing an event, always happy to be a part of it, man.
Absolutely.
Every time.
Yeah.
So the event, Characters Breakfast, we already talked about it. It's going to be great. Make sure to go get your tickets. You better get on it because this is coming out next week. So
and the prices go up January 1st.
Oh man, you might be you're gonna be very close to being too late.
We got a few tickets left. We got 600 seats. We are almost full. So you go to lscares.org to get your tickets. but we make it affordable because, again, we want people to be there. So you'll see other fundraisers or signature events where to buy one ticket is $500.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
we it wouldn't be a community event if we did
For
that.
sure,
So
man.
we charge right now $45 for a ticket. If you bought a table, it's $800. And we actually lose money by having you buy a table because we want to make sure it's a discounted rate. So therefore,
Yep.
because the main purpose is to celebrate positive character, bring the community together, and then a little bit about talk about what Lee Summit Cares is about.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So actually, that's what I want to lead into. Let's
Yeah.
talk about what Lee Summit Cares is about. I'd love to really platform your whole nonprofit and really explain what Lee Summit Cares is about. And man, because at the end of the day, our brand is so we're a worldwide brand, I say, but we're really trying to expand to other cities. We got cities out in Arkansas, you know,
Yeah.
Des Moines, Iowa. Omaha is going to be a big place that we visit.
That's a good
in January,
market.
February.
Oh, that's a good market.
Man, I'm excited. I've never even been to Omaha. I'm gonna be there 3 times in the next couple months.
Omaha's a good market.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Dallas, Texas is like our second biggest support, but our number one is obviously Lee Summit. You know,
Yeah,
so that's why I really love to partner with Lee Summit Cares anytime I get the chance. So I just want to hear more about Lee Summit Cares and make sure the people know how great this organization is.
Yeah, so since 1985, Lee Summit Cares has been like the DARE program, like the Drug Prevention, Violence Prevention Coalition. So when I tell people all the time is that like when there's an issue of things like the unregulated dispensaries that's in the city or the community, if there's violence in the community, if there is suicidal attempts, things like that, on a city level, once we become a coalition, we are supposed to be the answer for that. Our job is to be the bridge of communication between the police department, the parents, city officials, business owners, and we become like the tastemaster or the bridge between those.
Yeah.
So on one level, for the past years, we've done things like community conversations where we'll ask panels. We'll have panelists come in and talk about like signature events or things as issues. Like we'll have medical professionals. One year we did a community conversation on men's mental health. Something we never talk about. Like, you know, when I grew up, you know, I'm Gen X, so a lot of us, we grew up with, you know, there's no crying in baseball. you know, if you make your bed hard, roll over often, that type of stuff. So now it's just now becoming a resurgence about men being willing or males being willing to even talk about going to see a therapist.
Yeah, definitely.
To expose their emotions without feeling like they're weak or whatever vernacular you want to use. So those type of things. But then on another level, we'll do events or programming where we just did that event with the Youth Wellness Day where it's open to everyone. And this year, because of the people that invested in us, next year we're going to do 2 of them. So we're going to do one in the spring and we're going to do one in the fall. But the one in the spring, we're going to double down on what health looks like. So our goal is to get dental cleaning for teens and young adults, blood work for those who want to get all those type of things that deals with health. We want to make sure that. But and then our biggest thing, as I'm most proud about, is our teens. So we have a coalition of teens called TAG, Teens Advocating or Teen Advocacy Group. So that's a coalition or a Congress of teens. No matter where they are, whether you're in Jackson County, Wyandotte, wherever, if you're concerned about what's happening in your schools, then you become a Congress and you make those things happen. So now what I get to do is what it should be, let the teens decide how we do prevention. And then my job is just either get the people together, raise money, whatever, but they drive the car.
That's
and
incredible.
That's always been my model or my methodology about when it comes to youth development. Too many adults tend to try to be over youth development and never listen to any youth.
Oh yeah, that is
So
true.
you'll do a program and wonder why nobody's engaged because you never asked your number one market. Like I used to tell when I was a principal, I would tell teachers, yeah, I don't like this at all, but our number one customers are our students. So if they vote with their feet, so if they don't feel comfortable, if they don't feel safe, they're going to go to a different school and the market is flooded. Same thing with churches. Not to go too big on that, but there's a church right now that's booming. I'm gonna give him a shout out, Pastor 83. I don't go to his church, but I respect what he's done because he's mastered listening to his market. And so now he's doing 3,000 seater church. He's doing 3 services and on Sunday, a 4th one just for youth because he gets it. So those are the type of things that we're trying to do now with Lee Summit Cares more often is listen to our community. So you'll see in some coalitions, they'll focus on one thing, which is their niche. Like they'll say,
Yeah.
"Hey, we're against opioids and that's it," or "We're
Yeah.
against some marijuana and that's it." When I picked up the organization, it just didn't make sense to me. Like prevention should be prevention, so that's why we coined the phrase with risky behaviors as what's going to be our driver, and then we thought about, okay, what does prevention look like? That's why we did the phrase prevention through possibilities. Like there's multiple ways of preventing people from making bad choices, but we've got to be able to give the teens and young adults access to that. So that's kind of like a little bit what we do at Lee Summit Cares.
Yeah, definitely, man. And like I was saying earlier, I just really appreciate the work that y'all are doing in Lee Summit because, I care about this community a lot. And since graduating high school, I think we've had probably 20 or more overdoses, or I don't even know if they're considered overdoses, just fentanyl poisoning.
Fentanyl poisoning.
Yeah, man. And I've lost a lot of classmates, a lot of people that I call friends, to that. And we need more of what you got going on with Lee Summit Cares. And one thing I've really noticed about the youth is that they can spot phoniness.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they can spot phoniness, and they will not mess with. They'll not mess with you. Like if you go into somewhere and you got the wrong intentions, you're talking about the wrong
they
stuff.
They smell like a bloodhound.
Exactly, man. So that's why I feel like it's just proven that you guys have the pure intention of really wanting to make the impact because you could see the youth gravitate to your movement, and man, it's very much needed, especially in the world we live in right now. So
yeah, you got to. Not to give some horrible statistics, but think about this. We're still Kansas City, Missouri, and because of I-70 and I-35, Kansas City is still number 4 for human trafficking. Mm-hmm. Number 4.
Yeah.
Out of all the cities, out of all the areas in the United States of America, we are number 4 because of I-70. They use the same prohibition route. So if we are not proactively thinking about what happens with our teens, whether it be in person or social media, then we're losing the next 2 or 3 generations.
Yeah.
Because we're not paying attention. One thing that I'm thinking about that's frustrating me is that, okay, we're celebrating that we're going to get the World Cup here, right?
Yeah.
What's going to happen with those teams? The teams that are here and the teams that are coming from different countries. What do we have for them after 6 p.m.?
Not much.
There you go.
Not much good, at least.
Think about it. Even at least something right now, one of the things I work with my tax students is that I'm going to revamp our programming to not be as structured.
Yeah.
Because what we did was great was, we gave them programming. We talked about drug prevention because you can't be a drug prevention coalition. I say the word drug. So we got the thing.
Yeah, definitely.
We got them in civic engagement. So we took them to Jeff City, let them meet with John Patterson. Cool. But then I started talking to them. I was like, so what do y'all do for fun? It was like, nothing. We are tired. We're at every event. We're going to all the, I was like, so do y'all at least have a skating ring? They don't have a skating ring in Lee Summit.
I'm telling you, man.
Nothing.
Yeah,
so
we need some leisure. Leisure is what we need, bro.
Yeah, so what can we do? That's a form of prevention. That is something that we can answer. Shout out to Prodeo, but Prodeo closes at 6 p.m. So what about those teens who want to do something? They just want to relax. I remember when the plaza was open, when I was a teenager, you at least had the movies.
Yeah.
You at least had the malls. You would go to the mall. The mall ended at 9 p.m. Okay, Boys and Girls Club would close around 7 or 8. You at least had something. Nothing. So how can we tell these teens, we want you to do all this work, go to all these interns, be the model citizens, but you can't have fun?
Yeah.
That's definitely a danger because if they go to college,
yeah, they're going to get exposed.
They're going to get exposed to some fun.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we got to do what we can now. Yeah,
for sure, man. Oh man, I didn't. And that's something you don't think about. But yeah, back in the day, back when my parents grew up, they always tell me, "I wish you could have grown up in our time," because there were so many other outlets, so many other things to do. And one thing that I don't know if I've told you about this or if you know about this, but back when I was 14 years old, I started this wiffle ball league here in Raintree. We call it the Raintree Wiffle Ball League. And man, we still play today.
Yeah.
We're finishing up our series. We're in the process of booking out a dome for it because it's getting cold and all that. But anyways, man, growing up, all the people in the league, I'd have kids tell me, I actually was just talking about this the other day with one of my friends. He was like, man, that league that we started, it was really all of us, but I was kind of the one behind.
But
he was like, that league we started, that might have pulled some of us out of going down some dark paths.
Yeah.
And then my thought there was, wow. I kind of hope that Underwater Flies. I really hope the Underwater FlyZone keeps growing because I talk about my end goals for this with people. My biggest end goal is to open up a place sort of like Z Sports.
Yes.
Open up a space where people can come, play some wiffle ball, play some, two-hand touch football or tackle. I don't care.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gotta sign the waivers, but
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
but oh man, I just want to. That's really like an end goal for this would be to open up a gym, like a youth gym. You know what I'm saying? A spot where a skating rink. We need that stuff, man. I talk about that in my talks. Whenever you see me talking to schools, I need to do a better job of actually posting what I'm saying. But one of the big things I'm saying there is I just promote leisure activities, going on walks, going on bike rides, going and playing pickleball, stuff like that. That stuff is prevention. And you said that a second ago. I never thought of it like that.
It is. Like mental health is about being able to decompress.
Definitely, man.
People are stressed out, especially after this year. People are stressed out.
Yeah.
You got to at least expose teens to positive ways of what we call escapism.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. So everything, if you talk about people that get addicted to substances, people get addicted to videos, people get addicted to social media, whatever you want to call it, those are symptoms.
Yeah.
The systematic thing is escapism, which means what I'm seeing it right now in my face, whether it be when I look in the mirror or my current experience, I don't like what I see, so I got to take some time to escape from it. And that's my dopamine click. So that's the reason why I'm like, yeah, you need to do that, and it's aligned with your program and it's aligned with your brand, because that's dealing with mental health.
Yeah, definitely.
Like my mental health, I'm going to tell on myself, like I still have a crew of guys that we come over my house every WrestleMania and we eat pizza, we drink some soda, and we just watch wrestling. And for 2 to 3 hours, I don't have to think about raising money. I don't think about writing a grant. I don't have to think about anything else. I can pretend. And then, my wife, she gets mad at me every first week of October, last week of October, because I go back to homecoming. That's where I wear my hat, Lincoln University, Jefferson City, home of the Blue Tigers. I go to homecoming, and she kind of gets frustrated, but now she gets it. I was like, listen, I'm not going out there to party. I'm not going in there to do anything. I literally, when I go there, I drive there early in the morning. I look at the apartments that I used to live in.
Most definitely, man.
Like, because my first apartment was pretty much the size of from this light ring over to this wall. You would pull the studio apartment, the bed would come down. It took me 3 days to clean, 1 day to clean the refrigerator.
That's called building character.
But it was my thing.
Most definitely.
So when I go to homecoming, I see the people who I saw when we were all struggling.
Yeah.
And to see who we are, and that's my mental health. So long story short, like we got to get these teens some things that they can do that they actually enjoy. Like you'd be surprised. Like prime example, we did a thing called Friendsgiving. And I thought it was gonna be nothing. Like I bought some Chick-fil-A, played some movies, had some games. I thought like they're not gonna do this. They were so relieved that there was no worksheets or no academic things tied to them. They was like, thank you. I was like, so what's the agenda? I was like, no agenda. I just want to say thank you. Wait a minute. We don't have to write anything down? No. We don't have to do a video? No. Oh, you saw sigh of relief. For sure. I was like, here's some Chick-fil-A, here's some board games, let's watch some movies.
Definitely.
I got the Disney Plus. Can't let you watch anything else without a waiver. But I got my Disney Plus. Let's watch some movies and just relax. And they enjoyed it. So those are the type of things that make me happy when I feel like I'm actually on the right path of listening to our teens.
No, man, when you just said that, it made me think back to a moment this past semester that I'm going to get to do 2 more times in Lee Summit this next semester. But it was at Ray Peck High School. I got booked
good old Ray Peck. Yeah,
it's where I went to high school. Shout out Ray Peck.
Yeah.
Man, they booked me to put on their You Matter night.
Yes.
And man, what I did was I did my talk for about an hour, and then we did I talked for like 30 minutes, and we did our yard sign activity. But I said we need to make this a 2-hour event, because the second hour I want to play elementary PE games. I don't know if you knew, but I went to school at Northwest Missouri State to become a PE teacher.
Yeah.
Taught elementary PE for 1 year until I kind of went all in with this. But I brought the idea up. Give me that second hour and let's play some elementary PE games with them.
Decompress.
But man, they were a little skeptical. They're like, are these kids gonna enjoy this? I was like, trust me, they're gonna enjoy it. Trust me. Because the way I think of it is, if I was in high school, I would be so happy if somebody came in and did that. And granted, it was on a Saturday night, so like promotion of it was tough. Like are we even gonna tell them this is happening? I ended up just not even saying anything. I was like, it's gonna be a surprise. So they come on out, had like 250 kids there. Dude, that was the highlight of the night. That was the highlight of the whole night, is those elementary PE games. Doing the scooters, doing the parachute, playing some knockout.
Yeah.
Man, and I'm grateful to say Lee Summit West, March 21st, we're coming. And then Lee Summit High School is up in the air right now, but
Love that.
we're going to lock it down at some point.
I love that. If you ever get pushback from parents, here's how we market it. So back in the day, I used to be a youth pastor. I used to do a thing called Ball Till You Fall. Same model.
Okay.
Friday night, we have like our, youth church service, but then we have a concert, and then our basketball tournament was from 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. And the way we marketed was, it's a safe environment for your parents to now do whatever. We got your kids.
Yeah.
If you want a day off to go on a date or whatever, it's a safe environment. It's in a school, safe, all that kind of stuff. You promote it that way. I'll get a free day. Take my money, please.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
definitely,
But yeah,
sure.
so you're doing the exact thing that needs to happen, because as a parent, I have trust issues anyway. But if I know if it's at a school,
For sure.
a person that has a proven brand, I see the right things, I have no problem investing in that and seeing how can we move forward. You got something going right
Definitely.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I'm just excited to continue doing it and to see where it's going to go too, because, we're local right now. I'm hoping it just keeps expanding, getting bigger and bigger. But I want to hit more on the Lee Summit part, because, we're 25 minutes into this already. So I don't want to forget to talk about Lee Summit as a city.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I'm kind of all over the place. You're here. You're here in the city.
Yeah.
In the what would you call it? City or a town? Lee Summit.
I still call it a city because
I would
the way
call it a
it's
city
growing.
too. Yeah, most definitely. We're growing real big. My brother's obsessed with Lee Summit, so he'll be interested to hear about this.
Yeah, so Lee Summit right now is going through almost a renaissance or a resurgence, where a lot of great things are happening at the same time. So you have the influx of property being built up with housing, apartment complexes, but then you also have Green Street that just got developed downtown, which is an event center.
Awesome.
Beautiful event space.
Yep.
You have the growth of the schools. You have also in sports. Shout out to, I think, Tiger High. They won state championship.
Yep, Lee Summit High School.
Lee Summit High
state
School.
high school championship.
Yeah, so
6A too.
Yeah,
Crazy.
so you got that happening, but then you also have pockets of people who are moving into the community and being able to relieve the pressure. I think one of the things that when I found out when I first started coming to Lee Summit, there was not verbally, but you can feel that some of the historical families and historical community members were concerned that as more people come in, are we still going to have that sense of community?
Yeah, for sure.
And so a lot of times, some people felt that they weren't wanted, not intentionally, but it's like that community, they know each other. Like I got some board members that are 50, 60 years old on my board, and they actually grew up, born and raised Lee Summit. They were there when Lee Summit was just grass and horses and cows and all that kind of stuff. And so they've seen the development. They're excited about it.
Yeah.
But then there's that anxiety about it. Like, are we still going to be able to keep our community? But I think that what we've done with the leadership, shout out to Mayor Baird, shout out to Mayor Pro Tem Lopez, and to all the city councilmen and all the people that's done it, shout out to the Rotary. What we've done as a community, hopefully, is like slowly build those pockets to keep tradition of what Lee Summit is known for on the positive side, but then dispel some of those negative rumors about what Lee Summit cares or Lee Summit was. So like I remember growing Midtown, no one that looked like me wanted to go to Lee Summit because there was like that undertone of racism, like don't cross that bridge, don't go over there.
Yeah.
Sundown laws. For those who don't know what sundown laws is, like for African Americans, there were certain areas in the community that after 5 p.m. you could not be found after sundown, or bad, horrible things would happen to you. And so Lee Summit was kind of like known under the table as a sundown city.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Don't. So
how long ago are we talking?
I'm 46, and I remember hearing about that in high school.
I never knew that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So those are things, but you never talk about it because, it was like, hey, we're not going to advertise it, but like you have to be aware. Like there's certain places, even now, I mean, there's some people that still have some outdated perceptions of certain community members. But you've learned that that's not the majority. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Like what I've seen in these past 2 years is that Lee Summit has certain people that have outdated perspective of what community should be, but it's not enough to move the needle. You have a lot of people who've been born and raised in Lee Summit, who've seen the progression and pushing the positive side of what Lee Summit is.
Yeah.
What Lee Summit is. So I shout out to everyone that's doing their job.
For sure, man. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, Lee Summit growing real big. Green Street, I'm trying to set up my own event there next year. I don't know how to.
I got you.
Are you okay?
Let's talk,
man. Okay,
we gonna talk off camera, but I got something for you already.
Yeah,
I'm already thinking about something.
All right, yeah. No, I've been really throwing around some ideas with some of my friends because I've always had this dream of putting on my own vendor event because I go to all these vendor events and some are good, some are whatever. I know that if I brought all my homies together and some nonprofits in as well, and we could really do something big. I feel like so.
Absolutely, yeah. And this is the prime time because right now Green Street being so new, there's a lot of opportunity for businesses to like really showcase because now it benefits Lee Summit, especially after today's news. It benefits Lee Summit to now be that bright light because right now downtown Jackson County is going to go through a lot of ebbs and flows.
Definitely.
But I think this is a prime opportunity. A lot of quality people are showing up. A lot of events, a lot of things are going to happen politically that if things go either way, there's going to be some good positive things that happen on a citywide area. So there's a lot of things that happen. So yeah, huge shout out to Lee Summit. So if you're thinking about moving, I can't tell you anything about the property taxes or or the interest rate you're going to have, but I will say the community has welcomed me with open arms when they didn't have to. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, and some nice apartment complexes as well. I live in one myself. So.
Yeah. Good environment. Like I mean, and once we get some more franchises, I heard Q39 is thinking about coming over here.
Yep.
My good friend Chris Good, my fraternity brother of Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated, Chris Good, thinking about coming up there. Ruby Jean's Juicery, so he's already known.
Nice.
Vegan options, healthy forward, same mindset. So there's a lot of things moving in a positive way.
My hope is that one day we're going to open a storefront. I mean, that's in the goals. We actually could have done it this year in downtown Lee Summit. We ended up not doing it. We just felt like it was too soon. I feel like sometimes the best decision you ever made was not making the decision.
Yeah,
that might have been us.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely wise because with everything going up and down this year financially,
for sure,
everyone's just now about to get their foot settled from what happened in February. So like we're right there, but like I mean, I just so happened, shameless plug, I just happened to be being installed as a board member for the Lee Summit Chamber. I'll be installed there, and then I'm a member of the Rotary. So let's talk.
There we go.
Get you in there.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, if when we open a storefront, it's gonna be in Lee Summit. I mean,
absolutely.
That's it. Lee Summit's shown us so much love this year. I mean, if you look at our following, Lee Summit's #1. If you look at how much merch, what cities bought the most merch, Lee Summit's #1. Lee Summit's #1 in every category. So
I believe it. Your stuff is everywhere.
I'm thinking about, how it says Kansas City, Missouri on the front of most of our shirts. I think 2026. I think it's gonna say Lee Summit, Missouri. I've been throwing around the idea. Kansas City. I mean, if you're out in Florida, someone says where you from, we say Kansas City. I would say for the most part, but at the same time, I mean, technically, this is a Lee Summit brand, so it's just an idea I've been
sell it for a limited edition version of it.
Potentially, yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
But yeah, man. Anyways, let's talk about some personal stories, man. What's like a personal story from? You could even say your whole life, but you could maybe specify it to Lee Summit Cares. Because there's those certain stories and experiences we go through which help us get through the times when there's a lot of pressure. When you were talking earlier, I felt that, man.
Yeah.
The pressure, oh my gosh, it is real. It's real. But it's those stories and those experiences that keep us grinding and keep us in it. What are some of those for you?
Yeah, I would say I'll say outside of Lee Summit, and then I'll transition to Lee Summit.
Okay.
I say one of my biggest experiences was having one of my mentors. His name was James Eatman. In fact, today marks the 2-year anniversary of the funeral that we celebrate his life. He was actually my mentor. So when I was going to college, didn't have that much money, got an art scholarship, but the scholarship didn't pay that much.
Yeah.
Went to Lincoln University and met him. He was the maitre d' for a hotel restaurant called Park Place inside of Capitol Plaza Hotel, and really took me as his little brothers. From 1997 till he passed away tragically through a car accident, he was like my mentor. where there was a gap in male mentorship or leadership, he was the one that was my credential. And so he's the reason why I joined my fraternity, Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated, even when people were not all the way sold on me being a program member. He's the one who used his credentials to get me in, was very passionate, and he was a mentor to a lot of young men who didn't have male role models. And so he became my blueprint of why I do and what I do now, both in education and Lee Summit Cares. Like, I know that we have a lot of great students in Lee Summit, phenomenal students. I think my passion is finding those students who are either on the bubble or the ones that are neglected.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
definitely.
That's what he did for me. Like, I was a person that had potential. I was a student government president. I mean, not student government, freshman class president. I started some organizations, so I had potential, but there was no guidance. And because he got me into the room with other places where, here's a true story. There was a person who was just not making the right decisions in college, like at all. Like, he was irritating everyone. And so he made the poor choice of trying to bully me. Now in college, if you get in a fight, you get expelled. Like, just
definitely
done flat out. So the person came to my dorm room, unfortunately made the poor choice of trying to fight me. Things happened, and then he ran outside the dorm room. And the next thing I know, I was called to the head dean. Like, we were both going to be expelled.
Jeez.
James Ebin made a phone call. That phone call got to somebody in position of power, and they said, we're going to give you another chance, because we found out the details of all the things that happened. I can't disclose, but we found out all the details, and we're going to give you another chance. Without that vouching, without that credential, I probably wouldn't be sitting here, because I would have been expelled out of school my second semester in college. So those type of things. So when I translate that to Lee Summit and Lee Summit Cares, I'm always looking for the students who feel like they're not being heard. Yeah. How can we amplify their voice and listen to them?
For sure.
And I think one of the main reasons why I've had the ability to do that, to get there now, is that there were people, adults in Lee Summit, who had nothing to gain from it, but took a chance on listening to my story. So, like, that's your Susan Kaufman, that's your Rick Vire, your Carl Chenerys, Amy Johnson. These are people in the community who took a chance to listen to me, where others who just saw this person who not from Lee Summit, taking over Lee Summit Cares, and who is this guy? Those are the people who took a chance to listen to me, and because of them listening to me and see what I was doing, we were able to have the credentials to move forward to where we are now. I mean, Lee Summit Cares had a little gap in doing what we were supposed to do. I came in with a clear vision, clear plan, but without individuals that I just named, I don't think we would have been able to move as fast as we've done. It would have definitely took like 6 years to get accomplished what we've accomplished in under 2. Yeah,
that's incredible, man. That's incredible. I just want to say this: we're 37 minutes in. I just want to say, bro, I'm really, truly. I already said it earlier, but I'm proud of you, bro, and I actually aspire to be like you.
Appreciate
that,
man,
for real. So I hope you know that, bro.
Yeah,
I hope you know that.
Lack of gray hair, though. You know, eat healthy, go vegan if you can.
I don't even think I get that beard though.
Because this is soda, fried foods, and lack of sleep.
No, so, I'll tell you this: I never drank soda before in my life. I've actually only drank, and y'all might not believe me. You might believe me because you know me.
I believe you.
I've only had water, milk, chocolate milk, and Sprite one time when I was 4 years old.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe
my wife's in here as well. She could attest for me, man.
Yeah, the last time I was your size,
The
last time I was your size, I think I was running cross country, and I was like maybe 15, 16. I believe it.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. I just want to bring up one more thing before we get up off of here. Chiefs are moving to Kansas. Now, I was listening to. Did you hear the Kansas governor's conference? What do you think about that? Was she twisting the knife a little bit? Or was
she definitely was.
I think so.
It's absolutely, because Kansas and Missouri has always had this Hatfields and McCoys love-hate relationship.
Yep,
Like,
yep.
so they definitely was going to turn that knife and to like kick
Yeah.
us while we're down. We just
Yeah.
lost Mahomes. He got injured. We
Uh-huh.
got mud stomped this past Sunday. So for them they wanted to wait till Monday to make this announcement to say,
Yeah.
yeah, hey, in 5 years you'll be over here. Like they had the new mayor for Wyandotte. Like there's a whole plan about that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that after we get through our emotionalism this week, because it's going to take a whole week and everything like that, that we see the benefit of now truly being greater Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, hopefully we'll be able to keep the Royals, and then that's a whole different style. But if we have now from where the Kansas Speedway, and this is my business mind thinking about,
Yeah.
you have Kansas Speedway, which is probably where the Chiefs Stadium is going to be in that entertainment district.
Yep.
And then you go from there all the way, and they do something to where at least either Midtown, the West Bottoms, or they even stay to South Kansas City. That's a whole huge area that can be considered Greater Kansas City. And now that forces all the other mayors in Missouri, Casey Mo, North Kansas City, Raytown, Independence, Lee Summit, they all got to like me because that's how they got the deal done in KCK. All the mayors like, we got you. We're gonna follow one play. Somebody's gotta be the quarterback. They follow the lead, and that's how they got the Chiefs over there. I mean, the Hunt family wins. I mean, the two main people that they said that won the most out this deal was the Hunt family because Kansas is going to pay 70% of the stadium costs.
Yeah. Allegiant Stadium costs $1.9 billion.
This is going to be $5 billion.
It's going to be
$5 billion.
Crazy, man.
$5 billion.
Crazy. Yeah.
The only way they get a discount is they use HOK, which is the architectural firm that built the original Chiefs Stadium that's in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they'll get a discount. But the other person is the person that held off on all that land. There was a cattle rancher.
Okay, I don't know about none of this.
Yeah, there was a cattle rancher that had all this land, and he was the one that was holding out for the past. So once they gave him a deal that he couldn't refuse, they got up all that land. That's the business.
That's crazy, man.
Real estate and buying land is important. Like if you become a business and entrepreneur, you have to buy land, even if it's like a 4x4 piece of land.
Yeah.
If you own the land, you own what's next.
Mm-hmm. Man, that's a good quote. If you own the land, you own what's next. Not forget that. I've never heard that before.
It's fresh out the mind. If you own the land, you own what's next. So like that's that business sense is one because I'm always thinking about, okay, what happens after I'm gone?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm always thinking about legacy. So when I told my board members I'm 46, I said, hey, y'all got me till I'm 50. Mm-hmm. We got to look for my predecessor now.
Mm. Yeah.
And so I was already vetting my predecessor this year for when I turn 50 right now to see, okay, here's how you do it, because part of that is building legacy for youth and young adults now so that when they come back, that's why they come back. Adults come back to their city that they feel most successful, but also the most heard. Mm-hmm. So if I had a negative experience in a school or a city or environment, and I felt that I was bullied or I wasn't heard, there was really nothing for me, the law enforcement really didn't have my back, whatever the reason, I'm less likely to come back to that city, become a successful citizen in that area. I'm going to take my knowledge that I gained from here and go somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So I think now more than ever, with all of us doing these things, it's the time to like really triple down on investing in the youth and the families in our community. Not just the youth that's doing great, but the youth that's on the bubble.
Oh, definitely.
If we could find a way to say, okay, these are youth that are on the bubble. Maybe they want to do good, but they're distracted. Maybe they're McKinney-Vento. Maybe they're displaced, or maybe they made poor choices, which got them into family court, but they want to make a second chance. They want a second chance. Yeah. If we can find that niche, that healthy balance, and find a way for those students who are like really successful, they're going to be the next mayor anyway. Mm-hmm. They're the fourth or fifth generation or whatever, and get them to have conversations with students who might be on the opposite side of the track, and have them have discussions and have them do programs together and have them like a Congress, I don't know, like tag.
Definitely.
And then now we have a better chance of the next people that run for city council, the next people that run for mayor have a more, not just equitable, but a more balanced viewpoint of what the community can be. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of like what I do.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. That's amazing. So I always wrap these up by having our guest give a challenge to the listeners. I didn't tell you about this, so
Okay,
sorry
perfect.
for being on the
No,
spot.
I'm good.
And if you need time to think, I have a little challenge.
I got. I will your challenge. I can do my challenge, or you can do your challenge first.
You do yours first.
Okay.
You do yours first.
Okay, so here's my challenge in celebration of James Eatman, who was my mentor. I challenge everyone to find next year 7 people that you can mentor.
7 people that you can mentor next year.
7 people you can mentor. So I always use a 3-5-7 method. So
Okay.
But I'll do it backwards. So you find 7 people
Yeah.
that you can mentor. Find 5 things that they have in common. That way you're not stretching yourself out. And find 3 non-negotiables that you're going to have for them and they're going to have for you.
Wow. Hold up. Because this is a nice challenge. Normally people don't go so in depth with this.
I've been in education for a while. So
I was gonna say, okay, so 7 people.
7 people.
5
things that they have in common.
Okay,
So maybe
okay.
they might have things like either a lot of them might have in common like they're in the things that you like. Maybe they're in music. Whatever those 5 things are similar. Maybe they're all on the bubble. Maybe their passion is education. Whatever the 5 things, 5 that common ground. But the 3 is going to be most important because it's going to be 3 non-negotiables that you have for them and 3 non-negotiables they'll have for you. So that non-negotiable is like, for you to even be my mentee, you've got to have at least these 3 things.
Yeah.
Like you got to want to win.
Yeah.
You got to be coachable. You've got to be able to hear when you're wrong and say, how do I fix it? Like that can be a non-negotiable. Or you can be like, hey, you can't smoke, you can't drink, or even if you have, you got to be willing to try. Non-negotiables for me, I have to be able to hear you and not judge you. I have to know that you made a mistake, but your mistake does not make your identity.
Yeah.
That can be non-negotiable. And the 5 similarities is like, what do we have in common? That way, I'm not wasting your time. You're not wasting mine.
Definitely. And what does mentorship look like to you? Define mentorship.
Mentorship is sometimes your mentor is your tormentor.
Okay. Yeah. I feel you.
So one of my biggest mentors was my tour mentor because his assignment for me at that time was stretching me to places I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
Like he was like, you should, like I had mentors that tell me, you should be a teacher. I was like, why would I want to be a teacher?
Yeah.
They don't make any money.
Yep.
You should be a teacher.
Sure.
I do not want to be a teacher. And they would force me to get an education. And then they would give me assignments that would force me to speak. Never wanted to speak.
Yeah.
Mentor. Or somebody like, if I had a outdated mindset of how things should happen, I was passionate about it, but I was wrong. So zeal with no knowledge. They would be the ones that have courageous conversations with me and pull me by my shirt or my coattail and explain to me very passionately how I'm wrong, but then give me the grace to work with me how to move forward.
Yeah.
So mentorship is about accountability. I've got to see something good in you, but I got to be able to stretch you and not coddle you.
Yeah.
Because one of the biggest things that we do bad in education, and this is my soapbox moment, we coddle kids and then they become confused. And then we want to be concerned.
Yeah,
we coddle
definitely.
them,
Yep.
they become confused, and we become concerned. Oh, what's wrong with them? You coddled them. You didn't give them a chance to fail. They have to be.
Sure.
They can't be afraid to fail. If I'm high school, middle school, and even some years in college is your time to fail with a safety net.
Most definitely. Yeah.
You make a poor decision. Okay, let's talk about it. There are consequences, but now there's a safety net.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why mentorship is important to me.
Definitely. Man, that's incredible. So one more question about mentorship. What does it practically look like for somebody watching that wants to do this challenge, but they're just like, what do I get on a weekly call? What do I do here?
I think that's part of the organic part. Like the organic part with my mentors, like some mentors, I might just text them.
Yeah.
Like, hey, some mentors, I might say, hey, you got 3 minutes. I just need a vent.
Yeah.
I just need to get this off me so I can say something. But the other mentors, it depends on like the need. Like as a parent, every child is different. Like some children, you have to hold their hand every step of the way.
Yeah.
So mentorship, I would say for you, is find the person that you have the most connection to or the most frustration with. Because sometimes the person, the young adult or the child that's frustrating you the most is maybe the person that you are assigned to mentor.
Dang, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like God might have put you here for a reason today to give that challenge. Because sometimes I forget to ask the challenge. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, because I've been kind of And my challenge goes with what I'm about to say. I always go into a year thinking kind of what's the theme for this year, and my theme for last year was subtraction.
Yeah.
I was just trying to I need less so I could really focus on what I'm doing and do more with it, you know?
The blessing of subtraction, yeah.
Exactly. So my challenge to everybody I was going to say, go unfollow 5 people right now.
Please do.
Yeah, because I think that would be, I always find myself needing to unfollow, oh, why did I follow this influencer? No, I'm sitting here wasting 30 minutes watching their content and stuff like that. Go unfollow 5 people right now. I think that'd be big, but why that relates with what you even said was that I always look for a theme, and maybe my theme next year is pour into 7 people more intentionally, because it's one thing to get up on stage and, you know, share my message and sell shirts and have a great experience that the kids will never forget. But it's like I always am wanting more than just that, you know? And then one thing that's crazy is that I went to a school up in Maryville. It's Maryville High School.
There you go.
I did my presentation for them. I left, and then one of their teachers at the school where basically I would say the troubled kids go. She reached out and she said, "Hey, a lot of our students didn't get to hear your talk today because they were struggling or whatever, and we would love to bring you to our school." And I said, "All right, cool. I'll be up in Maryville this week. I'll stop by and talk." So I stopped by and talked, and there was this one kid she and he also called himself the tired boy. He just couldn't stay awake, but he ended up getting up because he was not wanting to come listen to me. But I went over and I gave him a sticker. I was trying to hype him up. He at least came down and listened. Well, I just got a letter in the mail. It's actually sitting right there.
Wow.
He wants to be my pen pal now. And I'm thinking man, that's a blessing to actually be able to pour into somebody more than just the talk and leave. And she told me, she said, ever since you left, he has not been just sleeping around all day. He's been wanting to work. So it's I don't know, that's going to be one of my 7. This little, 6th grade kid up in Maryville is about to be one of my 7.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that about you immediately when I met you, and not to spook you, but you have a very pastoral approach to things. Like a very authentic, and not to say pastoral like you have to start a church tomorrow, but I'm saying your approach to what people want a pastor to be, someone that is compassionate, someone that's sincere, someone that won't be judged, who won't judge, but who will reach out to those who might be neglected. I think that's one of your biggest niches that you have that maybe no one's probably verbalized that to you, but as a former youth pastor, interesting. I tell my wife all the time, man, they don't even see it. He's already gone. It's mega fest style, and he's not even getting started. We talk about you all the time, man.
Really, bro?
Oh, dang. My God. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm talking about what Lecrae was for Christian hip hop. I see you being that for mental health and awareness for teens.
Dang, dude. That's a crazy thing to say. That's amazing.
I was there. I was a youth pastor when he started. So I can say that not from the outside. What Lecrae was for Christian hip hop, you will be that person for mental health and youth awareness and getting the teens. And although Lee Summit is just it's not just Lee Summit, but it will be the birthing, because now you're in the center. So don't be afraid of it. Learn as much as you can, but when the opportunity comes and somebody says, "Hey, there's a youth conference in Atlanta, we need you to go," grab your stuff and go, because you never know.
That's Omaha on March 26th. They got it's the Kim Foundation. They reached out to me, submitted an application on the website, and they reached out to me and said, "We want you to be our keynote speaker." And then after talking to them, they hit me back about 2 weeks later and said, "We want you to bring your podcast equipment. We want you to be the second." I'm the first and second session. I'm going to host a podcast live for 1,000 kids.
That's cold. That's really good.
Man, I'm sitting here still because I do my full-time roofing job. I'm still, and this is a topic that's been on the podcast a little bit on these first couple episodes back, but I'm do I stick with it or do I go all in with this? I don't know. I'm on this
multiple streams. I would say multiple streams of income. So you work because remember your number one job in any business is to take care of your family.
Definitely.
Most business owners will only do the deal with you after they see how well you treat your wife.
That's true.
Because if you won't treat your wife right and you made a commitment to her, then you definitely won't handle my business correctly.
Hopefully that's why things are working out for us, right, Mason?
There we go. So I'll try to give you a plug. That way you take care of. So the more you treat her right, the more she's happy. That translates, because if you can't take care of your home business, then nobody really wants to invest
Yeah,
in it.
definitely.
We've seen on the news how some people on the news has lost millions of dollars of deals because they didn't take care of their homes. So like
Yeah,
those are the type
definitely,
of
man.
things. Like, but yeah, I would say for you, manage both, and then if it gets too big, then either up your price on this end to make it make sense financially, or you delegate to somebody to manage the other side for you, and then they become your employee, and now that becomes your side business.
Definitely. That's a good perspective right there, because I'm really up in the air on it, especially because like the owner of the roofing company has already had talks of like, hey, I'm going to be out of here in a couple of years, you know? So it's this back and forth of like, what do we do here? I'm just relying on God and
maybe it's an opportunity for you to get your
patient.
money enough to invest that and buy that business from them. So now you have the employees.
Yeah, no, I mean, we'll see what happens with it. But anyways, man, I'm happy to have you on here. Definitely need to run it back one of these days.
Absolutely.
Need to get the mayor on here before the breakfast as well. He's probably busy, but I'm gonna reach out to him.
Yeah. I'll give him a heads up. I got to meet with him the second or third of January, so I'll give him a heads up.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let him know because I'll text him after you meet with him.
Bet.
All right, there we go. Anyways, man, Matt,
appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming.
Let's go. Everybody, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if you want any merch, free shipping code YLIWL, all caps, number 25. That expires at the end of the year, though. There's gonna be a new one. So, anyways, peace out, y'all. Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Goodbye.